got called out because they're having some shingle issues. The way the story goes is that they're getting ice damming in the wintertime, and they use the word glacier. Glaciers form in the wintertime on the lower half of the roof, and then when it shears off, it takes shingles with it. Just actually remember that, because ice damming happens in the lower half of the shingles on this particular house. This is the side that gets a lot of the glacier. See a lot of the shingles that are falling off here, and even behind me as well. See a lot of the shingles that are falling off. So this ice and water shield, they likely put on because they thought that it would prevent ice damming, and that is a misconception. Ice and water shield doesn't prevent the ice damming, it just prevents leaking that occurs from ice damming. Two most common causes of ice damming is improper ventilation and improper insulation. I want to show you guys behind me what we got here. We have up here a ridge vent. Great option for exhaust. But the intake on both sides of the house are just these 3 vents, and notice they are halfway up the roof line. So what's happening is air is coming in to these vents and then coming out that ridge vent, which means this whole bottom half is not getting vented at all. And he said glaciers form on the bottom half of his roof, and that's because there is no ventilation here at all. That's why the glaciers are forming. The shingles are coming off when the ice shears off, because these are 3-tab shingles. 3-tab shingles have like no rating at all. Either impact, wind, really they don't hold up at all. They're not very good shingles. But they're inexpensive, and you see them a lot out here in the woods. That's the reason that he's getting this ice damming. So what has to happen to solve this issue is, well, the roof needs to get replaced. There's some hail on here too. But we want to keep that ridge vent up here. We want to get rid of these box vents that you see behind me. Get rid of them, patch the holes, and actually install E-vents along the bottom, all the way across along the bottom. These E-vents get installed on top of the deck so that air comes in the top side, stays above the insulation, and then exits at the top. And you want to put the E-vent as low as you possibly can, within reason, on the inside of the exterior wall. And the exhaust, rather, you want to have as high up as possible. That allows the most airflow throughout the entire attic space, and allows a full coverage of the ventilation. That is the problem here, it's ventilation. But I wanted to bring this to you guys' attention because this is a really important case study, really, is this particular house. That's the kind of thing you can expect out here in Colorado, are these ice dams, and it can be fixed with ventilation and insulation.